What do Soviet cities in Kazakhstan have in common with the price we paid for their development? In just 30 years, the steppe transformed into the industrial heart of Soviet Union. Factories, cities and apartments was built in such period. But how did this change affected to Kazakhstan and its people? Today we'll explore how the steppe became a city in just few decades and what was the price of this transformation.
I'll be showing you the transformation of Kazakhstan's landscape on the map. You'll see how entire regions evolved from small villages to industrial giants.
Stay tuned as we'll also explore the hidden costs behind this transformation, including environmental and cultural shifts, and how they still affect Kazakhstan today.
When the Soviet Union was formed, Kazakhstan became part of it as the Kazakh Autonomous Soviet Socialistic Republic. Kazakhstan's Soviet government was centralized one-party system controlled by Communist Party.
The Soviet government implemented centralized economic planning through 5-year plans, focusing on rapid industrialization and agricultural collectivization. Harsh measures such as forced labor camps, gulag, and campaigns like the Virgin Lands Initiative were introduced to increase agricultural output.
This first 5-year plan enforced agricultural collectivization, leading to the forced settlement of nomadic Kazakhs and devastating livestock losses, causing the Kazakh famine, which killed nearly 1.5 million people. Under the second and third 5-year plans, Kazakhstan became a major center for mining and heavy industry, with the expansion of coal production in Karaganda, copper extraction in Cheskazgan, and oil drilling in the Caspian region.
The Soviet Union was caught off guard, suffered heavy losses in the early months of the war. Cities fell, industries were destroyed, and millions of soldiers and civilians were killed or captured. To fight back against the German invasion, the Soviet government took extreme measures to mobilize its resources. Many factories from the western regions were quickly relocated to the east, including Kazakhstan, to continue producing weapons, ammunition, and other war supplies away from the front lines. Millions of Soviet citizens were conscripted into the Red Army, including over a million soldiers from Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan became a major center for wartime industry, housing evacuated factories and hosting workers who produced essential goods for the Soviet military. At the end, through forced labor, agricultural production, and war-related industries. The war transformed the Soviet Union into a highly militarized state with nearly all aspects of life focused on supporting the front. The Republic also played the key role in providing vital resources such as coal, oil, metals, and food to support the war effort. When USSR achieved victory, war left a devastating impact with millions of lost and severe economic damage that took years to recover from.
The Soviet era saw significant expansion in metallurgical, energy and chemical industries, strengthening the economic growth. The establishment of the Baikonur Cosmodrome marked the USSR leadership in space exploration, though economic dependence on Central Soviet mining limited Kazakhstan's autonomy.
The 1960s marked a period of rapid industrial expansion and urbanization in Kazakhstan. New industrial cities like Ekibastuz emerged as major centers of energy production, focusing on coal mining and electricity generation. The Mangyshlak Peninsula saw a boom in oil and gas extraction, with major pipelines constructed to transport resources across the Soviet Union. To support industrial growth, the railway network expanded significantly, connecting remote mining towns and factories to major Soviet markets. The Turkestan-Siberian Railways Turksib played a crucial role in transporting coal, metals, and agricultural goods. strengthening Kazakhstan's integration into the user economy. New factories producing machinery, chemicals, and construction materials were established, creating thousands of jobs. Many rural workers, including those from virgin lands farms, moved to cities to work in mines, power plants, and heavy industries. The growing demand for skilled labor led to expansion of technical institutes and vocational schools training workers for Kazakhstan's evolving industrial sector. Despite economic progress, industrialization was largely dictated by Moscow, with local industries serving Soviet needs rather than Kazakhstan's long-term development. However, the 1960s laid the foundation for Kazakhstan's role as a key energy and manufacturing hub within the Soviet Union. Following the collapse of the USSR, Kazakhstan transitioned to a market economy through privatization and foreign investment. The country experienced a boom in oil and gas industries with major projects like Tengiz and Kashgan driving economic development.
Kazakhstan is focusing on modernization with initiatives like Kazakhstan 2050, promoting special economic zones and digital industries. Efforts to diversify the economy and integrate advanced technologies aim to reduce reliance on natural resources and ensure sustainable growth.